When we leave high school, there is an overwhelming expectation to choose a career path. It can be difficult to know exactly what this path may look like, especially in the creative industries. We spoke to Ray Panton, a professional videographer, about his journey and where it has led him today. So, what did you want to do after high school?
I was basically tossing up between doing a trade or going to university. I decided to go to university and study graphic design. I did that for 6 months, and then I studied Bachelor of Arts for another 6 months. I found myself not really going to the tutorials or the lectures because I just didn't feel interested enough in my subject. So I would go to the library and read books about psychology and philosophy. I realized that I was wasting a lot of money on HEX, and I realized that I needed to get a job. I also needed to move out of home as well. My family weren't necessarily that supportive, and I felt that I needed to create my own life. So I got a job at a camera shop. I had to learn how to take photos, and I had to learn about photography so I could sell the cameras. I found out that I was actually quite good at taking photos. When I started to understand what like aperture, shutter speed and all those things meant, and I understood how to take a photo, then I was like, wow, this is actually really enjoyable.
Were there any difficulties pursuing photography?
In the beginning, with my photography, I just offered it to friends and I did it for free. And I did offer it to a few businesses for free as well to build a portfolio. I soon came to realize that it was very difficult to actually make a living off photography. That was when I reached out to some podcasters that I like to listen to, and they suggested that I should expand my skill set. So not just being a photographer, but being a marketer and also learning about videography. As soon as I started to apply this advice, I offered my skills for free to a company that helped tech startups. I managed to get hired by them. That was my first video job, and I was creating short documentaries for high growth startups on the Gold Coast. And the videos that we created ended up becoming really successful and helping these companies that we were helping to get funding, and that was when I realized how powerful storytelling was.
Did you come across any challenges working there?
I got to the point where I was a little bit sick of just focusing on the marketing aspect of things. I was just doing it for the money, and I was losing passion, and it was also getting quite overwhelming. And what I realize now that I really enjoy is telling stories. I don't want to do things just for the money anymore. After I worked with these corporate companies, I started to get burnt out because I'd have to write the storyboards, I'd have to come up with a marketing angle, I'd have to film, edit, color grade, even post on social media, conduct interviews with the lighting and everything. And I kind of got to a point where I was like, this is really difficult. I took some time off video for a bit to just reflect on why am I doing this? I sort of came to realize that you can do anything with video. You can create corporate videos, you can create music videos, you could create short stories. I've been reflecting a lot on how I want to actually use this medium myself, and if what I'm doing actually aligns with my values.
So what are you doing now?
At the moment, I'm studying creative writing at university, so I'm back to uni now, and I'm finding literature studies is really interesting because you're studying history and you're understanding all these stories that built society.
And what do you want to do in the future?
I would like to create stories that imbue lessons and ethics and things like that to help to inspire people and educate people. And so now I approach video from that sort of lens, is I want to actually do something for society that's positive.